TIFU by becoming my boss's personal chef and nearly losing my sanity. So, this happened a couple of months ago, and I'm only just recovering from the ordeal. I recently started working at this cool tech startup, and like anyone new, I was eager to make a good impression. One day, I decided to bring my own lunch, a homemade lasagna, crafted with love from my grandma's secret recipe. I was heating it up in the office kitchen when my boss, Jeff, walked in. Jeff is one of those intimidating bosses, always in a sharp suit, constantly barking orders, and never far from his phone. He caught a whiff of my lasagna and immediately asked what it was. When I told him, his eyes lit up, and before I knew it, I had offered him a piece. Big mistake. Jeff took a bite and was instantly hooked. He raved about it for the rest of the day, and I felt pretty proud of myself, thinking it scored some points with the boss. But then things started getting weird. The very next day, Jeff came over to my desk just before lunch, asking if I had any more of that lasagna. I laughed it off, but he was dead serious. I didn't have any lasagna that day, but Jeff didn't let it go. He started dropping notes, so subtle hints that he was expecting more. Soon, it became a daily routine. Jeff would hover around my desk around noon, casually asking what it brought for lunch and if he could sample it. At first, I thought it was funny, but then it became annoying. I tried bringing in different dishes, thinking he wouldn't be interested. Nope, wrong again. Jeff started suggesting what I should bring, and by suggesting, I mean he was practically demanding specific meals. It got so bad that I started waking up extra early to cook meals just to keep Jeff off my back. I was spending hours in the kitchen every night, and I was exhausted. But no matter what I did, Jeff kept pushing for more. He even started hinting that I should bring breakfast too. I tried everything to shake him off. I pretended to be sick. I started eating at odd hours. I even tried bringing in terrible, burnt meals, hoping to put him off. But Jeff wasn't deterred. He'd choke down whatever I brought with a forced smile, and then ask what I was making the next day. My breaking point came when Jeff started sending me recipes, saying, "This would be great for tomorrow's lunch." I realized I was in way over my head, and I needed to do something drastic. I decided to take a stand. The next morning, I packed the most bland, boring meal I could think of: plain rice and boiled chicken with zero seasoning. Sure enough, Jeff came by, asking what I had for lunch. I handed it over without a word. He took a bite, grimaced, and finally asked, "What's this?" "It's what I'm eating from now on," I said, stone-faced. "Doctor's orders, bland diet for a while." Jeff's face fell. He muttered something about needing to watch his diet too, and that was the last time he ever asked for my food. He still gave me the occasional side-eye, but I could tell he was done with my cooking. The icing on the cake. A few days later, HR called me in for a casual chat. Apparently, Jeff had mentioned how I'd been distracted at work lately, and they wanted to make sure I wasn't feeling overwhelmed. I took the opportunity to explain the whole situation, how I'd been basically forced into becoming Jeff's personal chef. HR was horrified. They had a stern talk with Jeff, and he backed off completely after that. Now, I bring whatever I want for lunch, and Jeff steers clear. The whole ordeal was a nightmare, but I came out the other side with a newfound confidence and a lot more free time. TLDR TIFU by letting my boss, Jeff, bully me into becoming his personal chef, which spiraled out of control until I finally stood up for myself and shut it down with the help of HR. Commenter says, "This entire story seems like a joke." Commenter says, "Yo, grow a pair and say no." Commenter says, "So, you're back to having your normal lunches? Can I, try a bite?" Thanks for watching. I love you. Follow Reddit Echoes for more.